Brothers and sisters, this is Brother Brimhall again, and this is another video I'm doing just a few days after the one that I recorded last week. This is probably the most important of all the videos. This may be the last one I do. We've just concluded Rootstech 2021, and as you know, this year Rootstech was done virtually. It was done online, and it was an absolutely magnificent event for many reasons. I'm going to show some of them to you, but one of the reasons is that it has a place on the website where you can go, and virtually every video I've done or would do, we find that they have prepared and is available for us on the Rootstech website. And so my video this time, which I hope you'll take a look at, will introduce you to how you find that help and where you can go on the Rootstech website for the type of resources that would help us as we do our temple and family history. So as you can see, I'm located right here on the churchofjesuschrist.org. I'm going to put into my web browser Rootstech, and I'm just going to go down here to Rootstech 2021. And as you can see, I have found myself at the Rootstech website. Now, just very quickly, this is the home page, and you can just browse down this and you're going to find tons of great things. One of the things I encourage you to do is go over here under featured sessions and watch Elder and Sister Holland's keynote address. The reason this is so important is because this was filmed in St. George. And they talk about growing up here, and they talk about the homes they lived in, and they actually go in those homes, and then they go to Enterprise, where Sister Holland was from, and then the Tabernacle, and in many of the sites around St. George. And it is just absolutely delightful to hear them talk about stories, go to the cemetery, and I would strongly encourage you to take a few moments and watch this video of Elder Sister Holland, which was filmed here in St. George, as they talk about their family. But what I really want to do is go up here and go to the start. And if you go up right here, you're going to see across the top Home, Guide Me, Sessions, Playlist, and the Expo Hall. We want to talk about Guide Me. So I'd like you to click on Guide Me. And as you see, you're going to begin to see a series of videos that have been prepared about anything you can imagine. But getting started, of course, is the thing that we've talked about so much. And if you just scroll down here, you're going to see a whole series about getting started. Now, before I click on that, you're going to see there's a series about the mobile app. There's a series about how you do research. There's a series about what's new. And so all the things that I've talked about in my videos, here are a whole series of videos, and you can pick and choose the ones you want depending upon where you are. So if I go to the series on where to start, you can see that first of all there's a little introduction, and then there's about surname experiences and discovering family search, and introductions about me and about my experience, and the family tree. Does these all sound familiar? Well, of course they do, because they're the things we've talked about. These are just much more detailed, short little clips that are much better done than I could do. How to jumpstart your genealogy, simple records on familysearch.org. All these things are available for you under Where Do I Start? If I go back, there may be Finding Ancestors in Homelands, Getting Started with Family Search. Here's a series where you can go, and again, they have many of the same things that are duplicated, but here are Connecting with Living Family, Telling Stories, and so forth. If you go back further, I would like to point out a very important thing. I'm going to back up again here. Actually, I'm not. I'm going down here, and you're going to find a section down here about for members of the churchofjesuschrist.org. Now, this is really important because here again is the link to Elder and Sister Holland's address. Here is a link to the video on the Temple and Family History Leadership Session, which was held earlier this week. And you can watch that session, which is just terrific. And then there's a section over here in a series for local church leaders and their callings. And many of you who watch this will want to be looking at this. The leadership session, how to create a ward, temple, and family history plan, changes to the handbook. This is really, really good to take a look at. And this is written not by somebody from family history, but somebody from the priesthood department who is responsible for the handbook. Ward and temple family history leaders, that would be for me. There's one that has a young women's class presidency talking about things that they did in temple and family history. And then guidelines for calling youth as temple and family history consultants, and using emails, and youth as serving as family history, and how to gather information in the home. All of these things are for members of the church, and particularly for leaders in the stake and in the ward. So this video is short. It's simply one to get you a little bit of motivation to go to rootstech.org and then go to Guide Me, and to begin to explore through Guide Me the things that you can use both as a member doing family history and also as a leader in the ward to help the members do family history. Now, we're probably going to, in the next several weeks, we're probably going to set up a little booth after church where you can come and we can help you, so that we can give you, again, a little helping hand to move in the direction you need to go. We want you to get on. We want you to load memories. We want you to discover families. We want you to find names to take to the temple. And as a youth, we want you to help us do all of these things and help each other. It was a great Rootstech. It brought back great memories for the 4 years that I was director of the family history department, and we put Rootstech on. This was different, but it still brought back great memories. And I know you'll love it if you just explore a little bit of this and move us along in our quest to be obedient to help redeem and gather Israel on both sides of the veil.